Okay, so the other day I took my truck out for a drive and went and filled up the gas tank and went to restart it, and the thing didn't fire until I hit this. It is a solenoid that connects these two wires to get voltage to the starter to start the thing up. All the connections on this thing look tight, so the solenoid is probably the culprit. And these things are so cheap that I decided just to replace it. And eventually everything that you see is probably going to be replaced, minus the motor. But this is the next step, so I'm going to replace it. And another thing I'm going to be doing at the same time is replacing these little terminal ends on battery cables, because if you look at the condition, and you probably noticed them if you've been watching these videos, you've been noticing me like disconnect the battery and whatnot. And this one in particular, look how few cables are still attached. And these things are, these have been hit by multiple hammers and wrenches, screwdrivers, fists along the years, and it's about time that they get replaced. There's one. There's two. All right, so I got these new ends, but they're kind of like bigger than the cable is, so I had to cut it and bend it over like that to get it to fit on there. And this one worked just fine. So I tried pulling on it as hard as I could. It didn't pop off, so it's gonna be fine. Next is uncrating this little thing and make sure it's the same thing. And it looks like it. It sure looks like it. So I'm gonna go for it, stick it in there, see what happens. All right, new terminal ends on the battery. Brand new starter solenoid. Everything sounded good, started right up. Hopefully I won't be stuck again. We all know that's not gonna happen. For now, everything's fine. Thing drives great. Stoplight, you never know if you're going to be able to take off again. Well, I made it home. Didn't stall out one time. Started right up when I took off. And I just went around the corner. Decided to go a little further. I went around the block. And then I decided to go around town. And worked out good. Worked out good. Still got some work to do on it. I mean, the idle is still set a little high. I set it high because I didn't want to stall out. But she's a work in progress. I'm going to check the fluids and make sure everything's cool, because I can still, I smell a little oil burning for sure. That's to be expected. And I just want to make sure it's not overheating. The temperature gauge does not work. That's another thing that I've got to have done soon. I'm gonna do it myself. I gotta do the temperature gauge, the speedometer, the RPMs. I want to know how much fuel's in there for sure, because this thing is a sipper, and by sipper I mean like sipping shots. So here we go, falling forward.